Once upon a time, in a land surrounded by mountains and rivers, there was a ruler who was known not for his wealth or army, but for his fear of Allah. His name was rarely spoken with pride, but often with respect. People would say, "He is a ruler who sleeps peacefully because he does not oppress anyone." This ruler lived in a simple house near the city. He wore clean but plain clothes and ate the same food as common people. He believed that leadership was an Amanah, a trust from Allah. One night, as the ruler walked through the streets to check on his people, he heard the sound of crying from a small house. He stopped and listened carefully. Inside, a widow was speaking to her children. She said, "My children, be patient. Allah is watching us." The ruler felt his heart tremble. He returned home but could not sleep. He kept thinking, "If even one person sleeps hungry in my land, I will be questioned by Allah." The next morning, he ordered his helpers to investigate the condition of the poor. They found many families who were struggling but too shy to ask for help. The ruler ordered that food and support be given to them quietly, without humiliating anyone. Days later, a difficult matter came before him. A wealthy merchant accused a poor laborer of stealing gold. The merchant was powerful and had influence. The laborer was weak and had no one to support him. The court was filled with people. Most believed the laborer would be punished. The ruler said calmly, "In my court, no one is judged by wealth or appearance. Only truth matters." He asked the merchant to present his evidence. The merchant brought witnesses, but their words sounded memorized. Then the ruler asked the laborer to speak. With trembling hands, the laborer said, "By Allah, I did not steal anything. I fear him even in secret." The ruler delayed the judgment. He ordered a full investigation. He personally visited the merchant's store and noticed something strange. The gold box had no signs of being broken. He questioned the witnesses separately. Their stories began to change. Finally, the ruler questioned a young worker from the merchant's shop. After fear and hesitation, the worker admitted the truth. The merchant had hidden the gold himself to avoid paying a debt and blamed the laborer. The court fell silent. The ruler stood and said, "Oppression is darkness on the day of judgment." He declared the laborer innocent and ordered the merchant to return the debt and ask forgiveness publicly. The merchant lowered his head in shame. The ruler then said something that people remembered for years. "A ruler who fears people more than Allah has already failed." Time passed, and the ruler's justice became famous. One year, a drought struck the land. Crops failed and hunger spread. The ruler reduced taxes, sold his personal belongings, and used the money to help the people. He refused luxury until the last poor person was fed. Some advisors said, "You are weakening your authority." He replied, "My authority comes from Allah, not gold." During this time, a neighboring king sent a gift of gold and jewels, hoping to influence him. The ruler returned the gift with a message: "I cannot accept what may affect my justice." Years passed. The ruler grew old. One night he gathered his children and said, "I will leave this world soon. Remember, leadership is not power, it is responsibility." When the ruler passed away, the entire city came out for his funeral. Rich and poor stood together. People cried not because he was powerful, but because he was just. Long after his death, mothers told their children stories about him. Scholars mentioned him as an example, and the poor remembered him as a protector. It was said that when he stood before Allah, his greatest wealth was not his kingdom, but his justice. Final lesson: leadership is an Amanah. Justice, honesty, and fear of Allah are the true measures of success.